Hello everybody, welcome back to some Control. Today we shall be starting off boardroom. We will be starting up the Foundation DLC. Alright, let's get into options here. Turn that back down a little bit. Hopefully the Foundation DLC won't be nearly as bad as the AWE DLC. But anyway, our first order of business will be to go to the hotline room to talk to the board. Now I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, it's a shortcut from the director's office. Now I did look up the achievements here. We actually got one of them. That Shield Rush ability was apparently added with this DLC, so the fact that I got that, the achievement for killing however many people with it, means I actually already got one of the DLCs. Another one that we could have got but didn't was those Rangers that I can call in.
Even if it was
if one of them kills 6 people. Not one, but like total.
Out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he and Trench won't be the only callers from the beyond.
Director, situation crisis. Uh-oh, in Foundation. We demand your attention. Moxie. Oldest house is in danger. We open the door. Tree in maintenance. Hurry, post haste.
Problem in the Foundation. That was Ahti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Yup. Shit, I don't remember what I was saying now. Nope, got nothing. Oh, right, the achievement. Yeah, so those rangers that you can call in, if they kill 6 enemies, I think it's 6 anyway, that's an achievement. Which I apparently have 0 progress towards. I think. Yeah, I have 0 progress towards it. So, that shows just how good they were when I called them in. To be fair, I called them in and probably ended up killing everything myself, or the stuff that I mind controlled ended up killing the stuff, so. I mean, either way. But, on to maintenance. And we need the restricted area, which means we need the Blackrock Quarry. In Shroom's Deadline game, seizing enemies counts as a kill and adds extra time to the clock. Well, it would have to count as a kill, because they're no longer a threat. I mean, they don't, and they will eventually die. Like, it's still a guaranteed death, whether or not it's, quick death, Like, they may not be dead right this second, but they're definitely dead, Been having issues earlier today, trying to figure out what to do for Sunday's video. I got one set up for it. I had a couple other ideas as well. One of my ideas, and you can let me know, because the game that I have set up for Sunday right now may take 2 videos total to get through. I'm gonna actually, you know what? It's gonna be 2 videos total. I'm just gonna make it 2 videos. I can probably get through it in 1, but we'll make it 2. Oh, apparently I can. But yeah, one of my ideas was, there's the one I'll be playing Sunday, by the way. One of my ideas was just to play whatever it is, and I'll put a poll up on my channel there, but it'll be to just play whatever it is I'm currently playing in my free time, from whatever point it is I'm playing it. So, like, right now I'm playing Resident Evil 5 and Fable 3. So, like, I just pick one of them and just play for 45 minutes to an hour. And then upload it, but it won't be, like, a complete playthrough or anything. It'll just be from whatever point I'm at. to whenever I feel like stopping. Also, was there, now that I'm waiting for this, was there a fast travel point? There was a fast travel point in the restricted area. Well, too late now. I'm here. But yeah, that was one of my ideas. I said I had a couple. I had one outside of just, picking another game. Because yeah, I was gonna do Trooper Brook, but then I looked it up, and it's a point and click, but it's like a severely point and click game, not like some of the not like a couple of the other ones that we played on here that are technically point and click, Um, so I decided against it, and then I was going to do another site, but then I was reading about that one, and it's like it moves really slowly, just like the character moves really slowly and everything. So I don't know. I might do them, but I would want to play them first. But like my main issue, right? It's like it's not like I don't have games that I could play, right? Like I have other games that I want to do videos in, but none of them I feel are short enough to be Sunday videos. Like the games that I play for Sundays, I generally prefer them to be shorter games so that they're done in like 3 to 6 Sundays, since there's only one video of them a week, I don't want them dragging on forever. Like, technically, I could have done my 100% of Fallout 4 in on Sunday videos, but that would take me like 100 years to get through. I was also thinking of just doing another Fallout 4 video a week, since that game's obviously longer. We'll see how this goes. If I feel like after 3 parts of this, we're at the end, maybe I'll just do this and finish it off, right? Based on the last DLC, that's not going to happen. I have a map up, because the achievements in this one are to find every collectible, like every collectible, and they also added two different collectibles into this. So I do have a map up with them, with where they are and that. So we'll see. I don't know how hard this DLC is. It's guaranteed to be after the end of the game, whereas the AWE, obviously, as you saw, you could start it earlier. So this should, in theory, be harder than the base game, but that doesn't mean that it'll be harder than the AWE. Not that the AWE was like the only really even somewhat difficult part about the AWE was probably fighting Hartman in all the darkness and that, but
quiet. Trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti.
But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Because I mean I could do an extra Fallout part, but then that would put Sunday and Monday's videos the same game next to each other. I could do another Control part, but that would put Saturday and Sunday's videos next to each other. So
that etching is the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
I really wish I'd remembered that was there before. Foundation.
No time for sightseeing.
Are you sure?
The board said this was an emergency.
Okay, so we're in a cave system. We can pull the stalactites off the ceiling.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
We also finally got my, well, I mean, I guess technically I haven't got it set up yet, but my YouTube payment stuff. But they just need to finish verifying my information, then I'll actually be able to start making money out of YouTube. Now, granted, they won't pay me out until I've made $100, which I have not done yet.
Crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
What's this?
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director in Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Okay. So Northmore was the director before Trench, right? So I guess he sent people down here. And the previous director's son, apparently they share a name. Well, I guess they would share the last name, right? I mean, that's not all that ridiculous. Who is this, though?
I only
Oh.
heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place. And on them. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
Yeah, why would you be the only one who can? Couldn't you have just hooked up a couple of those larger HRAs and been like done? Now they can't get in.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless...
Yeah, unless she's dead.
Jesus. She seemed
And,
like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Nope, that would be you. But also, I like how she's like director access only. And, you know, I got to start coming here when I was chief of operations. Well, that ain't director now, is it? You're breaking your rules like immediately. Hello.
So the Hiss found their way down here too, huh?
I just tried to reload like in Resi 5 there for some reason. Elemental source gain? What the fuck is that? Source gained per oh. Wait. Oh! Source! Right! That's money! I forgot all about that was money. I was like, what the hell? Is source like some new thing I'm gonna have to manage? But nope, that's just money. Been here the whole time. Well, this is a dead end. That's the way to go. The fuck is this, though? So we came out that door. This just must be a smaller dead end then, based on that picture. Nope. Explosive ammo refund. That should work on the surge, right? Ammo recovery on taking explosive damage. I see. Never mind then. Want more ammo? Get blown up! Sounds like a Fallout thing. Oh, hello, hello. Okay, whoa, what? Nope, not reaching that yet. Hang on. Bonking my head on the ceiling. What are the odds I can, like, land over there? 0, eh? Alright. That's not something we can reach right now. We do get a choice in abilities later, that and then by the end of it we can have both of them. But there will be multiple things that we can't reach, even though we have all of the base game abilities. You know what? Let's grab you two, just in case other stuff shows up here. No? Okay. Well, let's get the control point. Okay. Deep caverns, can't get it from there, must be locked from the other side. So yeah, the two abilities that we get in here, you see these crystals here. There is one to make the crystals, which is what we would need to get across that gap, because we need to make the crystals so that we could land and then take off again. And then the other one is to break the crystals. So yeah, there'll be multiple points where there'll be either a crystal path needed or a crystal path in the way, or crystals in the way. I don't know how early in this DLC we get the ability, but yeah, we have to choose between making them or breaking them at first. Haven't really decided. I've looked it up to see like if people recommend one or the other. It seems to be a wash. At first I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounters with natural occurrences like weather, but it soon became clear they depicted events far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images in ancient radiocarbon dating suggest something impossible, that I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that any ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these, or is there someone down here with us? This place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted, or perhaps some paintings were created at different times. The art does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present, and possibly even the future. I see in them echoes of the board, some linear architecture, even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that's still being written? If so, who is writing it? Oh, right, zoom in. Could you always zoom in like that? Probably, right? Okay, well, I mean, we got these weird blocks, and I feel like those are the things that are in like the astral plane or whatever that we go to whenever we deal with the okay, this is new. So now we've got some melee hiss here, which is interesting. Get some of them on my side.
The Hiss are using pickaxes now?
Sure. Why not? I mean, honestly, having them be melee I'm fine with, because it means my shotgun is gonna be coming in handy, and I'm really glad that I actually had it equipped. That was super convenient that I had that equipped. Oh, got another document. Tom, you missed the good news. I'm sure the official memo will go out soon, but Northmore called an all hands on the crossroads to announce we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up into the house proper. Bureau brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they happen. All I know is going up means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches with that ex-Nazi scientist, and goodbye pissing into the pit. I know that was you, Barry. Northmore's ordering the Foundation sealed as soon as we can haul our stuff out and somehow convince Ash to come with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men and damn near $10,000 in supplies moving between the entrance and the Foundation. And for what? Research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and sift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyway. Did you know that? We were breathing that shit in. Yeah, well. Okay, so this thing that the map that I have up, that's supposed to have the collectibles on it. It doesn't take into account the crystals or anything. Okay, so his sharpened agents display the parry-filled parrying ability to rapidly move short distances. This ability is unique in the fact that it's not associated with any known object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility that this ability is an object variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation could potentially be a variant of the jukebox's effect. Other explanations of the his sharpened ability currently include momentary time manipulation, brief increase in physical speed, inhibiting the witness's sense of sight. If we do accept that the Hiss Sharpen's ability is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities, or there are objects in the house that we aren't aware of. Either way, the Hiss are continuing to develop new strains of corruption, and this is cause for concern. So yeah, I have a feeling that... I have a feeling I can't get up there as well, but... there's no way that's going to get me nearly high enough, no. But yeah, I have a feeling that my map here is only useful after you finished the game. So I guess I'll just return to searching on my own. I mean, I do pretty good finding documents in that. I don't know how many I missed in the base game or the last DLC. Beware of dangerous toxic geysers. Alright. Don't step on floor anuses. I think I can manage. Ow, what the fuck? I definitely wasn't on one. What the hell happened? Well, that's not fair if you put it under the... Fuck you, game. That's bullshit and you know it, game. That isn't even fucking visible. Like, fuck off. Ooh, this might actually lead us up to that bridge that we were at, right? Or that I was looking at before, maybe. Nope, just another hole that I can't cross. Alright. I wonder if there's going to be anything good across those. Okay, there's another... Okay, but that hole has crystals blocking it, so I can't search there. That's the way I came in. That's the way. That does lead all the way around, though, is the thing. Like this. Like when I go in here, it ends here. But on the map, it continues past, so that's weird. Whatever, I guess we're going this way. Are you gonna fucking cheat on this side too, or? Oh, got another document. Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls, and a strange black pillar in the center. Kind of looks like the one at the crossroads, but smaller. We had a Bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a good number on our guests. The docs are taking a look, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. I know we are careful to limit this guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in rappelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony. Well, yeah, I mean, it would make more sense, especially for something like that. I mean, how hard is it to get some soldiers trained in, or to get some of the rangers trained in rappelling? Like, hey, shifting fragments. I think I needed that for something. Oh, I think we're leaving the cave system, at least for now.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the Bureau.
Not if we repair it. Are these the weird... Yeah, these are. They're the weird things that we fight when we get a new ability. With the astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of a dense stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence such as the board remains unknown. However, their shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal. Director Faden's encounters with these entities, when binding objects of power in the astral plane, indicate they serve as live targets for potential para-utilitarians to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note that they appear immune to his corruption. And yet they still attack me. But that's good. If I see them, there shouldn't be any hiss nearby, right? Well, I guess that doesn't really... Because they're immune to corruption doesn't mean that they repel it. Well, I definitely ain't making it up there anytime soon, even if I had like a crystal thing to make. I don't know. Actually, I guess I don't really know how the crystal thing works. Maybe I can pull them out of thin air. Who knows?
I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
Well, sure, but she can't fly. She might be able to fight. I don't know. She's research, not security or anything, but maybe.
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive! Wait! It's Jessie!
Yeah, probably not her. My eyes open for more documents. Where are we? Are we back in the caves? Nope, we are. Way bigger map than, or way weirder map than I thought.
Whoa.
Hey, we're at the
This is
crossroads.
huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
Oh, whoops. Still not closing the map. Okay, so we have that weird thing. Yeah. Should have some more stuff, though. For all my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here. At the base of this pillar, I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that, but that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet attracting them polar north, or is the pillar a product of their focused energies, a sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight, however, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may be possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in DC to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his dearly departed Führer once believed him to be. Oh, gotcha. So that's the Nazi scientist. Also, bringing in somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that your boss doesn't believe you can't do it without being supervised. It doesn't even mean that they don't think you can't do it. It could also very easily mean that it's like you could probably get information, but having somebody else there could get you that information faster, right? The pillar found in the crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers, structures within structures, the fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. Trottier wrote that great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign-bodied demonic phallus. Wonder if this pillar's any more welcome here than we are. Why would you consider that a dick? Like, I don't understand these people. It's like, oh, it's tall, therefore it must be a penis. Why? Like, how many of these people just have dicks constantly on the brain? And, I mean, this isn't even, like, taller than it is wide. Like, I don't... Whatever. Always annoys me anyway. It's like, oh, look at this thing, it looks like a penis. It's like, does it? Oh, I see you back there. Ow. I can't do anything with you, but I saw you. Anything good in here? Oh.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol, placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director.
Oh, Northmore was the first director.
About the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Alright, so that's how the first, like, director, like, board-appointed director came to be. Which means that I'm only like the third person to use this pistol, right? Because I'm reasonably sure that Trench said that Northmore was before him. So, I mean... yeah. Another crystal. Canyon rim. Okay, well that's... should we end it here? I think so. So we'll end the part here. Made some discoveries. We'll see what's inside this pillar at the beginning of the next part. So far, an interesting DLC. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more.